This is a heads up on what can go wrong with this type of clock. For the most part, you have to be aware that these hands are very delicate. And if, when looking sideways, if one of these is bent, this one is bent, when it comes around, it's going to catch on the other one. So you have to make sure that they are arranged so that each one can move in its own plane without hurting the other. And now you can set the time by moving the minute hand, or you can also see this little dial. This will do the same thing. Now, as far as other problems, if this one becomes loose and just goes bloop, it's because it is not seated. You see, inside there is a shaft that is tapered, and this has to sit and be pressed. And not this one, this one is beneath. So it has to be pressed tightly. And if it's not, if it pops up like that, whoops. Okay, so if it pops up, then it will flop around like that. So I guess this one didn't have a nut on it. They usually have a nut holding them on, but so this is better. This way you can see. I am picking up where I left off after I dropped one of the hands. Now I just got another one out of a box. So this is the one, most likely if it comes loose, we'll just go like this. This is the hour hand. This is the smaller one. And if you look, there is a white plastic shaft. And it simply presses onto that shaft. You push it snug, not too hard. You can usually move it a little bit. If you put it a little bit tighter, then you'll feel the gears kind of crunching. But it can pop up if it's been bumped, and it can pop up and just go bloop, like that. It is remotely possible that a problem can occur and this whole mechanism just might pop out and everything go floppy. That is very uncommon, but this is one where that did happen. If that happened, I lifetime guarantee, and I will give you a new clock motor. That is not a problem. But mostly you have to be careful because the hands are exposed. And you shouldn't put anything on it. You shouldn't even put a blanket on it. You should just keep everything away from it. It should be in a box, but except the clock is too big. But so I hope that helps. So the way this normally works is I put the hour hand on, press it down. Now I'm using a broken motor as an example. That little piece there, that little shaft, that should not have pulled out. But anyway, so this, well, not a good example. Can't see what I'm doing. But, okay, so it's back. And so you set the time by the larger hand by turning it. And once again, you have to be very mindful that your hands are not getting bent and bumping into each other. So you have to look at it from the side while you're turning it around, or from the top, and just make sure that nothing is catching like this. And make sure that you don't knock this one loose. But if something like this happens, it's fixable. Usually you can just do like I just did. But, you know, I got lots of these, so I'll replace it. I think you bumped it. That's what I think happened.